I will try that again now that I unmuted myself. Good evening and welcome to the American Sim Racing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series live at Homestead Miami Speedway. This is an elimination race. We have 8 drivers left in the chase for the championship. And after tonight, 4 of those will be locked in to race for the championship next week at Phoenix. So qualifying's just about ready to wrap up here. Or no, maybe just about ready to start, actually. So we'll get it all dialed in and figured out. Get your starting grid to you pretty quickly here. But we're live, and I've got some notes on everything that's happening. So we're not behind on anything. So we do know there's going to be a stage break at the end of lap 40, so I'll remind you of that at lap 40, obviously. And then the playoff situation here, we got Johnny Avila and Hunter Waters are clinched with their wins earlier in this round. So we got 2 other drivers, 2 spots up for grabs that a couple of other drivers are going to try to lock up here at Homestead Miami tonight. I believe it's Dwayne Hunt and Tyler Seville are in a must-win situation here tonight. So if they win, one of those drivers wins the race, then obviously they're going to be locked in. So Homestead's going to be a win situation for them. And if you hear any sounds, that's my phone. I'm reading the notes on it right now. So thank everybody for tuning in so far. We're in qualifying right now, so we'll jump on. Well, maybe they're getting ready to grid up. Unless it's group qualifying. Guy's not sure yet. You see the cars going out on the track now. And this is just a warm-up right here before we get racing tonight. So qualifying is over. Justin Gann's going to be really close. He may need a win, it says, but he can gain 12 points to pass Jeff Yinish. And he likely must beat Jeff by an average of 6 positions each. And Steve Yinish needs to gain 7 points on Jeff and hope a playoff driver below the cut line doesn't win. So a lot of things going on here tonight. We'll have to keep track of them. And we will throughout the race. We'll keep an eye on where those cars are at. See, all the cars are 2x2 out there right now. We'll pull the grid up. Starting on the pole tonight is going to be Steve Yinish driving the 27 car. In his outside in second, that's going to be Dwayne Hunt in the 19 car. Starting third on the field's Tyler Seville, driving the number 11, and fourth is going to be the number 63 of Johnny Avila. Starting fifth here tonight, you see the 9-car Adam Matz. In his outside in sixth, that'll be Jesse Bennell in the 96 car. Starting seventh, that'll be the 30 of Justin Gann, and his outside in eighth is going to be the number 89 of Jeff Yinish. Starting ninth tonight, Todd Cray will be in the 21 car. In his outside in 10th, that's going to be the 72 of Jerry Cochran, the third. Starting 11th, name I'm very familiar with right there, Richard Holland driving the 31. And his outside in 12th is going to be Ray Polking in the number 46 car. Starting 13th tonight will be the 93 car of Patrick DeSalinier. And his outside in 14th, that'll be Levi Poland driving the number 00. Starting 15th tonight will be Cody Blackmore in 84, and his outside in 16th, that's going to be the number 43 car, Richard Fletcher. Starting 17th will be the 20 car, Todd Chase, and his outside in 18th. This is one of the guys locked in to that Final Four next week at Phoenix. That's the number 7 of Hunter Waters. Starting 19th will be the number 80 of Rafael Rodriguez, and that's the cars that have qualified. There could possibly be more cars than that haven't. You're watching a warm-up session right here. You see a couple cars spinning. That's what the warm-up's for. You can do any of that, get it out of your system during the warm-up right here. It's like the 11 is at the front of this little scrimmage race they got going on right here. That's Tyler Seville. We notice everyone getting into the stream now. We definitely appreciate it. We know everyone over here at American SimRacing League does as well. These drivers in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series going to put on a heck of a show here tonight at Homestead Miami Speedway. And we're going to bring it to you live. I'm Vern in the booth with the WFO Racing Network. So 3 sets of tires in the pits. That means they're going to start with a set, so likely 4 sets total here. See some cars coming down the pit road. And we got Johnny Avila, like I said, and Hunter Waters have already clinched a spot for that Final Four. That means 6 drivers are out there shooting for a spot. Or shooting for 2 spots, because there's 2 spots left open. So we'll need to fill 2 spots tonight to lock our Final Four in for Phoenix. And that's obviously going to be next Sunday night. Hope everybody's dealing well with the time change. Feels a little bit weird. It's like I'm late getting this one started, but I'm actually not. Got here a little bit early, so we could bring you a little bit of the practice here, the warm-up session, everything like that. Got 4 minutes before we'll start gridding up for the green flag. We did go over the starting grid for you. It's something I believe I missed last week, but we got it straightened out this week, put it at the top of the list, so wasn't going to forget it twice. Nope, just once. Just once right here at WFO. Really happy to be in the booth the last couple races here on Sunday night. It's a great group of drivers over here at the American Sim Racing League, and I'm really happy that they invited me to come over here and do this. Like I said, I feel honored to be here. You're on board with the 11 car right here. That's what it looks like him. Whoa. Looked like that Toyota got a little bit loose right there in the corner. So maybe we might be, we'll have to keep an eye on that situation. See if any of these cars are a little tail happy or loose. If you have a favorite driver, make sure you put them in the comment section of the YouTube chat tonight, and we'll make sure we get that driver's 5 minutes of fame right here on the YouTube stream. I try to do a good job with the races and covering all throughout the field, so no matter where your driver's at, you pay attention, and I'll likely have them up on the screen regardless. But if we need to spotlight one, just put them in the chat. We'll make sure that we find that driver, locate him, let you know where he's running, and give you a nice shot of the paint job, the sponsor, whatever you want to see. We're going to be mindful the entire race, certainly the 8 drivers competing for the 4 spots to race to be the champion of the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series here at American Sim Racing League. And we know 2 of those drivers are locked into it, so we got 6 more that are that are going to be fighting for a couple of spots out here. So it's going to make it pretty exciting. Who's going to be the must-win to lock in tonight? Are we going to get one of the must-wins that lock in? We're going to find out at the conclusion of tonight's race at Homestead Miami Speedway. Jessica, welcome to the stream. Good to see you there. We'll see if we can find a 21 car. He's on the track right here. Actually on board with the 21 momentarily here. You ever wondered what Homestead looked like up close? Wonder no more. You see it right off the bumper of that 21 car. So that's Todd Cray right there. Oh, outside wall. Luckily, it's only warm-up, so no harm, no foul warm-up. We only got about 35 seconds of warm-up left. We're going to get ready to do some green flag racing right here with the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. I think Todd might be trying to Ross Chastain right there. Practice, warm-up be the time to try that. Whether it'll work or not, we'll find out. Or if it's allowed or not, we'll find that out too. And taking a look at some of these other drivers here. It's one of the locked-in drivers. That's Johnny Avila right there in the 63. 1 second left in practice, so this is going to switch things around. Yeah, the things the real-life drivers picked up from the SimRacing drivers. Got to see it on display last Sunday and then all week long. So thought it was a brilliant move. Unfortunately, Ross fell just a tad bit short for winning the Cup Championship today in real life, and kind of wanted to see the Melon Man get it after that play he made at Martinsville there. But we're going to get 4 drivers that leave here locked in for a chance to be the champion of the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series here. Get up towards the front of the field because we are going to be getting ready to do 134 laps of battle right there. One of the guys racing for one of these top 4 spots, you see the 27 car. That's going to be Steve Yenish, so we're going to keep an eye on that car for sure. Go number 80, absolutely. That's going to be Rafael Rodriguez. We see the 80 car coming off pit road right here to get ready to pace around Homestead. And trying to see how many we got out here. I believe we got 19. So 19 cars out here that'll take the green flag tonight. And we're right here with the leader. That's going to be Steve Yenish in the 27 car. Well, actually, the pole sitter. Since we haven't started yet, we do not have a leader. We have a pole sitter so far. So the guy starting P1 right there, 27 car to his outside. I think I mentioned it earlier in the starting grid, but that's the 19 car of Dwayne Hunt. So, like I said, get ready for 134 laps of battle at Homestead, Miami. And the pace car's in. And we're off to green flag racing with the American Sim Racing League. Look at the outside line right at the start. Little bit of push from that 63, and the 63's in the outside wall. So the 11 took a little push from the 63. The 27's trying to fight back on the bottom. We're going to reset our timing and scoring so we got everything straightened out here. And that's a battle. They're side by side for the lead right here. Watching the field come through turns 3 and 4. See some 2x2, three wide stuff as the 63 looks to the bottom. Johnny Avila going for the spot. Yenish not having no part of it. That's Steve Yenish in the 27. 19 car Dwayne Hunt, and that's what you want on lap 2 right there. 3 wide for the lead. I think I told you before it started it's going to be exciting, and they're showing right now that it's going to live up to every bit of that hype and probably then some. So pull up a seat, sit down a little while, pull the broadcast up on the big screen, and let's have fun right here. Go back, the next 3 cars here, so that's going to be what, 4th, 5th, and 6th, 11, 50, 11, 9, and 96. I was almost said 56, but it's 96. 96 car is going to be Jesse Bunnell. And we met his sponsor. I believe it's VIP Tires and Service on that car, but we can check it and get a little close up to be sure. Yes, right on the money. So we met Bunnell's sponsor right here on the chat last week. And you see he's pulling up on the back bumper there of the 27 car, Steve Yenish. And Yenish, he needs a good run here tonight. He's trying to lock himself into one of the 2 open spots to get in those final 4 positions going into Homestead next week. We got 2 drivers decided right now, and we're going to lock in 2 more. We'll do that based off of a win, possibly a win, and then possibly points. And if none of the must-wins win, well, we're going to lock those 2 in on points. There will be a caution at lap 40. It's going to be a regular stage break. So we'll look for that around lap 40 here tonight. And if there's any cautions before then, well, that'll be a regular caution. We're going to go back a little farther here to the 00 of Levi Poland. Has the Gulf paint job on that car. He's got Jerry Cochran third right behind him. Great looking field of cars here tonight. Like I said, 19 of them taking the green flag here at Homestead. Get up towards the front, and that 63 car is trying to set still on him. Johnny Avila right there in the 63. Yenish, though, in that 27, the pole sitter's trying to track him back down. So Steve Yenish knows that he could possibly get into the Final 4 on points, but I don't think he wants to do it that way. I think the 27 car would rather just get up there and win the race and lock himself in. That would be my guess on the situation. Another one that, from the notes I read, is almost a must-win is sitting back here in 8th place. That's a 30 car right there. On board with the 30 of Justin Gann. And I'm telling you, Gann would love to get up to the front of this field and put his name on that Final 4 going into Phoenix. And he's got Todd Cray on his bumper. Todd sitting currently in the 9th position in the 21 car. Get a little bit closer view of the car right here. So he's in the top 10 right behind Justin Gann. Got the 93 of Patrick DeSalinier right behind him. And there is a way I can tell who's on whose team just by looking at the team channels in here. So I can tell you that the 21, 30, and 93 are all on the same channel, as well as David Medina Sr., and he is in we'll try to find it. He may actually be spotting. So Medina might be the spotter in there. If I don't see him on the track, that's probably absolutely what he's doing. Brand new leader up front, though. While we were looking at the cars back there, the 96 decided he wanted to come up and take that top spot. That's the 96 of Jesse Bunnell, and I'll tell you what, he's taking it by 1.3 seconds. So he's putting a little bit of distance on the rest of the field here. 63 of Johnny Avila. Steve Yenish in the 27. Yenish going to drop a couple spots right here and fall back to 4th. He's got the 19 of Dwayne Hunt working on the high side, and it looked like the 27 moved up a little bit there. Got a little bit close to the 19, but no contact, so no harm, no foul. Working lap 12 of 134 here at Homestead Miami Speedway. We'll just call it Homestead for the rest of the night. You see Avila, these guys are 2x2. And I'll tell you why they're back here, 2x2 and racing each other hard. Jesse Bunnell has found another gear here at Homestead, and he's 1.4 seconds in front of this field right now. So that VIP tires and service car, man, that thing's flying. It's on rails tonight here at Homestead. We got to look at the standings, too, on the website, because I don't know if I missed something or... Oh, we got a caution flag. So just while I was doing that, we're going to see if we can back it up and figure it out. Well, looks like the 93 was already on pit road when it happened. So we're going to try to get a look to see, because it was on lap 15 right here. We backed it up quite a ways here, so hopefully we can find it. See a battle right there between a couple of cars, and I'm thinking that this might be where it happened. Yes, sir. 93 winds up. Oh, heavy damage to the 93 car. You hate to see a guy's race start off like that 15 laps in here. So we found the reason for our first caution on lap 15. And it didn't look good. But you're going to see some drivers take advantage of the caution flag to go to pit road. Some other drivers may choose to stay out right here and wait till the stage break to come to pit road. You know, they started with a set of tires, and then they only had 3 more sets in the pits for 134 laps here. So these guys are going to stretch that out accordingly to make sure they got tires for the end of this thing. And, you know, when you got a championship on the line, or you're trying to lock into that Final Four, there's only a couple of drivers in this field that can take a chance on tires and gambling tonight that are already locked in. That's going to be Hunter Waters and Johnny Avila. So those two are locked in. But for drivers like the 19 and the 11, the 30, 27 car, Adam Matz, we'll see what number he is. Number 9 car. So 9 car in there too. 89 car, Jeff Yenish. All these drivers racing for 2 spots. And, of course, we're going to have a race winner here tonight as well. I told you it was exciting. I wasn't making that up. Get tuned in. Go ahead and share the stream. You're joining it. Let's get some people in here. Get the chat fired up and going like last week. Let me know what driver you're watching out there. We'll get them some camera time right here on the WFO Racing Network with the American Sim Racing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series tonight. So 96 car, Jesse Bunnell, still your leader up here. Got the 19 of Dwayne Hunt right behind him. Jeff Yenish is 89 back in third right now. Tyler Seville in the number 11 car. He's back in fourth. And Adam Matz in the 9 is going to round out your top 5. So you see some drivers there that are locked in and some that are trying to lock themselves in. A lot of these guys not taking a chance. Like I said, they're going to hold on to the set of tires they started with and take this thing to the lap 40 stage break. All right, so we're lined up 2 by 2, getting ready for our first restart of the race on lap 18 here. After a quick caution flag, pace car's in, and we're back to green flag racing. Bunnell not going to waste any time in that 96 car. He's going to get on the gas early. You see, though, the 89 there, Jeff Yenish. He's going to be the first one to challenge Bunnell in a while for the lead. Yenish going to look to the inside in that 89 car. So the Chevrolet on the high side. You got that Ford 89 working the bottom. Good run out of the corner there for the 89 car. He's going to put up a good challenge down the straightaway. 96 car, though. Bunnell holding strong on the outside, but no longer. The 89's going to drive it in the corner a little deeper. Put the slide job on him. And the 89's going to take the lead. You see him fanning out behind these guys, though. Back in the field just a little bit farther. Oh, yeah. Look at that back. Look at that action back there just a little bit around where Todd Cray's at. See Todd Cray's in the middle of the track right here. Now looking off the nose of the 21 car Cray. There's the 30 car again. There's 3 wide right there, 63-72. Lap 21 here. And battling like it's lap 133. Ooh. High side hustling right there for Johnny Avila in the 63 car. 21 of Cray, and this is back here literally for the right inside the top 10. So that's the battle to get into the top 10, literally. The battle you're watching here, 7, 63, 21, 9 car. And we did see a few cars come to pit road. That means that some of them may have took a couple of tires, maybe perhaps all 4 tires. I don't know. Go up to the 30 car again. He's likely a must-win to lock himself in here. So he needs to get the Kitty Cat coin sponsored car up there a little bit farther. He's pulling up on the back of the 11. That's going to be Seville in the 11, Tyler Seville. And off the nose of the 30 car, you can see him trying to go around him on the high side. And this will be for another position, as it looks like Gann's almost going to get him cleared down on corner entry. Gann working the high side, getting that momentum off the turn right here, and he's going to pull that spot away from the 11. That's going to put Gann up to the 4th spot, as he's going to chase down to 96. And we got a spinner in the back. And I think we're going to stay green. No, it looks like I think the 80's got a front end problem there, as he's finally going to tow it, but it's not going to bring a caution out. But we are going to back it up to see what happened to the driver of the 80 car. Might have went back too far. I thought there may have been a little bit of contact even, but I might have been wrong. So we're going to speed it up just a little bit right here to try to find it before I end up crashing this whole thing. Well, you can see the car look like it just got loose off the corner. He's going to save it right here. And then drive down into the turn again. Oh, yeah, it looks like the car's just loose on him, and he finally gets loose again, gets up in the wall, and ouch. That's the issues for the 80 car. So we're going to have to get back with the field here. While we were away, Steve Yenish in the 27 car is taking the lead. Right here. He's got Gann in the 30 car behind him, and the 21 car of Todd Cray. Cray moving all the way up into the top 3 right here. So Todd Cray right behind the 30 car. And both of them chasing the 27. Actually, not just both of them. The whole rest of the field is. Steve Yenish up there trying to get away from these guys a little bit. He's got about 0.8 of a second on them. So we'll see if the 30 and 21 could perhaps work together right here and maybe use a draft to their advantage and run them down a little bit. But we are going to get a break at lap 40, so that's 11 laps away. And that's going to give us a chance to stack the field up one more time. Give me a chance to stack my cup full of some more sweet tea. That's your battle for second. We're watching as the leader right here, 0.9 of a second. So the 27 car just trying to steadily pull away right here. Go back to 4th, you're going to see the 89 car of Jeff Yenish. And these are drivers up here that are trying to lock themselves in. So there's 2 positions, and 2 drivers are going to lock in with those spots. I got some audio cutting out with some of these cars here. And it just started happening, so not real sure what's going on with that. But I think we're going to be okay and make it through. Let's do it through the field real quick before we get that stage break. We'll start with your race leader right here. So we're going to go on board with Steve Yenish in the 27 car. He is your race leader. And actually, that's not my audio cutting out. That's just how they're working the throttle. Go back to second, on board with Justin Gann right here. Gann kind of in a must-win situation, especially with the 27 out front right here. So Justin Gann's going to try to run him down. But we got a long ways to go, about 102 laps to be exact here. And we're still going to have a stage break coming up in 8 laps. So going back to third place, you're going to go on board with Todd Cray in the 21 car. Cray working the high side right here. He's got Gann right in front of him. Gann in second. Look at the run that Cray's able to get off the corner. Just using the high side of the racetrack and the momentum. Well, here we go with the... We're just going to have to put this one in timeout for eternity. We apologize for that, and we thank YouTube for it every time that they allow these people to come in here and do this. Affect a stream that children could be potentially watching, and so I got to take a break from the broadcast to deal with it, but we're going to keep going right here and go back to fourth place. We're going to go on board with the 11 of Tyler Seville. So you see a little bit of distance there out Seville's windshield. So we do apologize for anything that went on in the chat right there, but we took care of it. Let's go back to fifth place. We're going to go on board with the 89 of Jeff Yenish. Jeff Yenish looking for a solid run here at Homestead to lock himself in. And he's not quite on the bumper of the 11, but he's not far behind him. Go back one more. We'll be in the 6th spot and on board with the 9 car of Adam Matz. So we're only about four laps away from our stage break. We'll go back one more to the 63 car, Johnny Avila. Go back one more. You'll find a 19 of Dwayne Hunt riding back here in the A spot. And if we go through them a little quicker, it's because I want to try to get the top 10 knocked out before we go to the stage break here. And then after that, we'll pick up with the bottom half of the field. So go back one more spot. We're going to find Hunter Waters here in the number 7 car. And you can see how how loose that car gets right off of the turn. I almost said pit road, but literally not pit road, but right off the turn. And you can see it in the steering wheel. You see him turning it back to the right on corner exit, then you know the car's free. So we're going to get back to 11th spot here, and that's going to be the 46 of Ray Polking. So Polking in the 11th spot. Ooh, 7 car right there in the outside wall a little bit in front of him. Go back to 12th spot. You're going to find a number 20 car, Todd Chase. And look at that. He's turning right. This car is definitely free here tonight, so hopefully it'll tighten up a little bit for him. 13th place, we're going to find a 96 car, Jesse Bunnell, and we've seen Bunnell up there in the lead. So he's probably waiting for the caution brake to come out here. We got a couple cars not showing up. So we'll go to 16th, and that's Patrick DeSalinaire on pit road, and the 43 of Richard Fletcher also on pit road. So let's get our camera changed out. Back up front to the leader, the 27 car, Steve Yenish. And I think we should see a caution flag pretty quickly here. Working lap 41. Little bit of an aerial view. And caution flag is out, so we are on our official stage break. That's going to be the end of the stage right here in the 27 car of Steve Yenish is going to come out in front of this stage right here. And I'll read my notes, but that might be some extra points maybe. All right, so the way the stage works here, the lap 40 was the stage break. It looks like they're going to award points for first, second, 10 for first, 9 for second, etc. So that's how they do the stage points right here. So points will be added for that. And it looks like the fuel window for these cars here are about 65 laps as well. So you're going to see all the cars come to pit road, I would guess. We're looking at the top three right there, 27. Steve Yenish, 30 car again, and the 21 of Cray as they come to pit road. And I'm pretty sure, that's the 89. Jeff Yenish passing the pit stall a little bit, so that's going to cost them. And while they're pitting and doing their pit stops, I'm going to go ahead and take a pause for the cause, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. I'm not really apologizing for much there, Amanda. Sorry about that. Just come back from a little bit of break while we're on the stage break right here. I'd go refill the sweet tea, but I'm back in action again. With the American SimRacing League here at Miami Homestead Speedway at Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. Trying to lock a couple drivers in for next week's championship at Phoenix. We got 2 locked in, need to lock 2 more in. And while we're under this stage break, I'd like to take a minute to make sure to mention to keep the Gibbs Racing family in your prayers. I know they lost Coy Gibbs, and really sad news in the NASCAR world when you hear things like that. And he got to see Ty win the Xfinity Championship, and then sadly Coy passed away. So that, Amanda, that had to do with the these things that pop up in the YouTube chat. If you see me put them in timeout and stuff, That's sometimes you'll see even pornographic stuff in those messages. And we clearly don't want that on here, so I apologize for that popping up. There's nothing I can do about it, though, and you know how the YouTube world is, and that kind of stuff's going to come up in the chat. I can just deal with it when it does. But other than that, we're getting 2x2, so that means one thing. We're going back racing real quickly here. Pace car is going to make the hard left turn. Green flag is out, and we're back racing. 27 car. Steve Yinish going to take off right here. Tyler Seville. He's going to battle for second with the 30 of Justin Gann. 63, Johnny Avila back in the picture. 21 of Todd Craig. He didn't go too far. Gann working the high side. He's going to try to pick up one more on the 11, and he's going to get it. Gann shooting all the way to the top of the track. Car gets a good run off the corner. He's going to pull up, maybe possibly to the bumper of the 27. Right after our stage break. 27, Steve Yinish able to pick up the win in that first stage. And that give him quite a few points, like 10 points there for the stage. But look at Gann. Gann to the high side. Battling for the lead. He may have even grabbed it for that last lap. He's got it, but it's a very slim margin. Justin Gann working hard on the high side. Steve Yinish trying to defend him right there on the low side of the track. That momentum, though, off that top, Gann's going to clear him. So Justin Gann's going to go to the front in the 30 car. And this right here is what that driver needs to do if he's going to lock himself into that championship for next week. The only way to assure yourself a spot, win the race. You win it and you're in it. That's just how it goes. You see the 27, though, Steve Yinish, he's going to go from the lead to back here defending it from the defending second from the 63 of Johnny Avila. Go back a little farther. You find the 89 of Jeff Yinish. Another driver trying to lock himself in. Second place is under fire, it looks like. On board right now with the 63 of Johnny Avila. You see he's battling side by side with the 27 of Steve Yinish. Really close racing off the corner here. We've seen how much when we were on board with these cars, how much of a handful they could be, especially when the tires get some laps on them here. And we know they can go about 65 laps on a fuel run. If you're just tuning in with us, we've had 2 cautions tonight. One was for a stage break. The first caution, though, was for a spin on lap 15. So that was your 2 caution flags. And we're 3 wide back here for second. 89, 63, and 27. Jeff Yinish on the bottom and the 89, 63 in the middle, and the 27 on the high side. Wow, that's close racing. These guys are hungry. You're trying to lock yourself in the race for a championship. You're going to put it all on the line, and they're showing it tonight. They got to watch tangling with the 63, though. They got to keep in mind that 63 car is locked into the Final Four. So pick and choose your battles wisely. Look at Gann. No, Gann's trying to leave no exceptions here. Justin Gann's got a few tenths on him, and he's trying to just stretch it out. He'd like to get out away from these guys. He's going to leave them back there to fight for second. Steve Yenish is going to battle himself back up to the second position. And now Avila's under fire from the 21 of Todd Cray, and that's going to be for the third spot. Todd Cray found the high side of the track, working around the 63 car. And is Cray going to get one, or is he going to go for two right here? He's definitely going to pick up the third spot. Wow, look at him pull right up to the bumper of the 27 car in the center of the corner. So Todd Cray making his way up through the field now. Cray working the middle of the track, just a little bit higher on the racetrack, and look at the run he gets, center of the corner and now off the corner. No contest. 27 or 21 cars going to clear the 27. That'll put the 21 of Todd Cray up to the P2 position. That's going to move Yenish back to third again. It looks like Yenish in the 27 car is just a little bit slower in the center of the corner than some of these other drivers are. So we'll watch right here as he's behind the 21, but look at the ground he loses right here in the center. And Todd Cray was almost sideways in the 21 car off the corner. All right, I think I was going to pick up a little more of a through the field for you. So I'm going to do that. We'll try to get on board now with drivers that we didn't get on board with before, and I think one of them might be the 9 here of Adam Matz. Matz in the 9 car, one of the drivers trying to race his way into the championship for next week. Matt's currently running in the 6th position here. You can see from about second on back to here where Matt's is at. It's really close. I mean, these guys are well within a car length of each other. That's really close quarters, really tight racing. And that's especially with how loose these cars are. You've just seen the 89 of Jeff Yenish get really sideways in front of this 9 car. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, these tires start to wear, and this car just it gets crazy. it's a couple hands full. See Matt's coming off the corner. This is a great way to just see what these drivers are concentrating on, what they're what they're dialed into right here. And look at that car just rotate right around. It's like they're on pins and needles out there, literally. Let's go on board here with 8th place. That's going to be the 19 car, Dwayne Hunt. And the only thing I'm trying to do here is get on board with some of the drivers that we might not have been able to spend as much time with before that caution flag. Not to mention what a great view we got of the battle going on in front of them. You see the 9 car right there. He's battling for a spot. Heck, we give it another lap. You know, this 19 car's liable to be right up in the thick of that battle and ahead of them here. And that would be for the 6th spot, 6th, 7th, and 8th are the positions that are battling right here. Actually, 2nd back to about 8th. So there's Ray Polking in the 46 car. We'll see that battle from the 46 driver's view as we're 61 laps in. And there's a broader view of the field. The best view in the house, though, is going to be this car right here. He literally has nobody out his windshield. And that's what Justin Gann sees in the 30 car. Nobody. Clear racetrack and about 4/10 ahead of second place. And we had seen Cray take that away, but Steve Yenish in the 27 was able to get up there and get the second position back. So when we seen Yenish backing up the center of the corner, he may have actually been saving tires. That might have been a strategy for more of a long run right here. Because Steve Yenish in the 27 is running down. He's no, correction, he has ran down the 30 car. So Gann has now got company for that lead, and we may see another battle shaping up right here. Mark this down. This is a battle that not just for a win here at Homestead, but also to lock yourself in, and look how close that race it is. This is for the lead, 2 wide. Steve Yenish on the bottom there in the 27. Justin Gann in the 30, working the high side of the track. Lap 65 of contact right there. Ooh. Little bit, not much, just a little bit of door loving there. And look at Johnny Avila in the 63. He's going to take advantage of it. The 27 able to open the door. Oh, Gann just washed up the track. 30 car is going to lose a few spots right here, so Gann's finding himself possibly in a little bit of trouble. Lap 66. Racing getting a little bit tight. And I'm not sure there was even contact with the 27 and the 30. But it was really close. It looked like the doors may have loved on each other just a little bit, but I'm not sure. Look at Johnny Avila, 63 car. Already locked in, wants to play spoiler here. You can't down a guy for that. You got yourself locked in and you can knock off another win at Homestead. Well, you just ride the momentum. Ooh. That's close racing. He pulls right up on the bumper of that 27 car, Steve Yenish. He was right up on the bumper, literally. Yenish backs up he backs up the center of the corner a little bit, and that allows these, like the 63 in them, to get a little bit of run there in the center. But I'll tell you, it's done a tremendous job, Steve Yenish has, saving that right rear tire. And the other one that I'm noticing later in the run starting to come forward here, and that's the 89 of Jeff Yenish. So there's a few of these drivers that look like they may have the long run figured out. So we stopped on lap 40 for the stage break. So these guys got not quite 30 laps on these tires. And I was told they could go 65 laps on a fuel run. So if that car is getting, if this car is getting that loose this early, then what lap before you decide, you know what, I have to come down and put tires on? That's going to be interesting to see here tonight. I think I got the volume turned down too much on these cars. Hopefully everything's coming loud and clear in the broadcast, so I don't know that I got the volume turned up enough or not. We're going to come back to the 9 car. It's going to be Adam Matz. Matz in the 6th spot, right behind the 11 of Tyler Seville. Last week I was still learning some of this stuff. You know, who was in the chase, what we had left. That's what happens when you come in and start broadcasting midway through a chase with a league in a series. It's a struggle, but the guys sent me some notes, so they give me a little bit of knowledge here tonight, and I'm going to try to make it work. Great field of drivers at Homestead here tonight. And we got to get back up front. I want to see what Avila can do here. We've seen Steve Yenish in the 27 take the lead back. You see, one driver's already pitted, the 96 right there. That's Jesse Bunnell in the 96. He's already taken that car to pit road. We've got a couple drivers that have Hunter Waters, Jerry Cochran, so a few of these guys deciding to come to pit road a little bit early here. I don't know if it's early or their scheduled stop for tires or not. Cutting it in thirds maybe. Go 30, go 30, go 30. I'll tell you, that 27 car, we've seen them win the stage. Looks to be really strong on the longer runs here. And Yenish, Steve Yenish right here, trying to pull away from that 63 a little bit. See Jeff Yenish in the 89 back in third. If you're wondering about Justin Gann, Gann's back here. He's fallen back to the 7th position right now. So Gann struggling just a little bit, trying to get the car back underneath of him. I'm pretty sure he'll get it figured out, headed in the right direction pretty soon. Listen to them work the throttle in this car. It's crazy. It literally is. And I think we're looking back on the 96 of Jesse Bunnell right there, as he's going to work the high side on those fresh tires and go right around these guys. That's what fresh tires looks like to 32-lap-old tires. 96 going to go around, get a lap back, and try to get away from these guys a little bit. Steve Yenish has the lead, but Johnny Avila is not going anywhere. He's back in second. And oh, Avila washed up the track a little bit right there. That's going to allow Steve Yenish to stretch it out about another 10th. That's all it takes, too. One little slip up, one little mistake. You got to get out of the gas. And Hunter, good to see you in the chat, buddy. In the YouTube chat as your car's sitting on pit road. Well, back to putting them in timeout again. All right, we got to get back into the action. Out of the race, sad to see, buddy. That's sad to see, but it's all good because you are you're locked in for next week. So I'll tell you, that 63 looks like he's starting to get a little looser here. 35 laps on the tires, and that 27 car late in these runs looks like he's that driver, Steve Yenish, is starting to shine here. Certainly tough later in the run, as he's going to take 0.8 of a second on Johnny Avila's 63 car. We go back one more. We're going to find the 89 of Jeff Yenish back in third. How long will some of these drivers stay out there on these tires before they decide to come to pit road? You get back here to 9th place, and that's going to be Ray Polking's 46 car. Ray come to pit road a couple laps ago. Then in 10th place here, Jesse Bunnell's 96 car. Well, he come to pit road 6 laps ago. Todd Cray, he went to pit road 4 laps ago. Actually, still on pit road. And then back up front, 1.2 seconds now is the lead for the 27 car of Steve Yenish. You get to see what 1.3 seconds looks like. 27 car and rest of them on the lead lap here, working lap 80 now of 134. Only 2 caution flags, one early on lap 15 and then the stage break at 40, and we haven't seen any cautions since. So once they got the stage break out of the way, this thing is taken off from men, and it's been clean and green. And we've seen a couple of lead changes up here. Maybe we're not done seeing that tonight. Taking a look at the top 5, Steve Yenish, of course, the 27 car, your leader by 1.6 seconds now. Back to second is going to be the 63 of Johnny Avila. Avila might have some company close behind here as the 89 car of Jeff Yenish is in the picture. But another driver working his way up late here is going to be the 11 car of Tyler Seville. Ooh, watching that 11 just get loose out of turn 4 right there. Crazy. Since we got you in the chat, Hunter, how loose does this car get the further into the run you go? There's Adam Matz in the 9 car, sitting back in the 5th spot right here. These drivers have about 40 laps on these tires. We'll go back a couple of more. You'll find Dwayne Hunt in the 19 car. He's riding back in the 6th spot. And then the last one still out here on that set of tires is going to be Justin Gann's 30 car. And Justin's in the wall. If he wasn't in the wall, he was real close to it. Oh, he's in the wall. We heard him downshifting right there. Maybe a... Oh, and he disappeared on us. So Gann he's left the building. Meanwhile, back up front by 2.3 seconds, you're going to find Steve Yenish's 27 car. Gotcha. That's what it looked like that I was seeing from some of those cars. The guys that run it harder earlier, man, we're going to get back to a battle right here. And I'm not lying. 11 car. Tyler Seville moving his way into the 2nd spot. That's going to be around the 89 of Jeff Yenish and the 63 of Johnny Avila both. So that 11 car really must have saved up on that right rear tire. Didn't drive it hard early or something, because that car's really starting to peak late in the run. Tyler Seville, I believe, one of the drivers trying to lock his way in. So I know that 11 car would like to erase that 2.5 seconds that Steve Yenish has on him right now. And we're going to see if he can do it. You see the 96 car? I believe, no, that's not the 96. I believe it might have been the 46. It's a 46 car, Ray Polking, working his way around. Polking is on fresher tires. Yeah, we're seeing that, Hunter. 11 car. He's going to come to pit road now, though. 44 laps on his tires, so the 11's going to bring it to pit road. The 89, Jeff Yinish, going to follow him. And we're going to check out these pit stops right here. This is from second and third place. So they're going to leave Steve Yinish and a couple of those other guys out there for another lap or so. And one lap could make up a little bit of that 2.5 or 6 seconds that Tyler was back here. Right sides are going to go up on the 11 car. Back down. Left side's up, so it's going to be a 4-tire stop for your second place driver. Jeff Yinish, oh, good run, good pit stop for him. Thought he might pick up a spot there, but not quite. 11 car's going to beat him off of pit road right here. We're going to get back up front with the leader. That's Steve Yinish in the 27. Polking is a lap down. He's already pitted. That's the 46 car, so the 27 is your leader. Brakes are on, the 27 car. Oh. Leader come down and get on his brakes and go sideways like that. It's going to make you a little nervous. So that 27 crooked can machine going to take it to the attention of his pit crew on lap 90. And make sure he gets it pulled in there good. Perfect stop. Right side's up on the leader's 27 car. Back down. Left sides are up, so it's going to be a 4-tire stop for your race leader on lap 90, and he's going to get it back out on the track. We'll have to see who your leader is after the round of pit stops. Will it be this driver right here, the 63 of Johnny Avila, working the high side of the track? Avila right up by the wall. Oh, actually, it is Avila because he hasn't stopped yet. So, Johnny Avila has not stopped. He's got 48 laps on those tires. He's the only car who hasn't stopped to pit yet. So, Avila's got about 25 seconds over Ray Polking's 46 car. I guess by the way some of these drivers stopped, it's going to change this running order around just a little bit. And I believe that Jeff Yinish might even be ahead of Steve Yinish here. So let's go back to third and find that and see if it's close to a battle yet. He pitted a couple of laps before the 27 car. And Jeff Yinish has the third position, but Polking's up there ahead of him. He stopped 16 laps ago. So some of these guys really shaking it up on the green flag pit stop run here. But Johnny Avila, 50 laps into his run. We know they can go about 65 on fuel from what I learned. So we'll have to see exactly how this works out. You see the gap up at the top there, 23.7 seconds. That's the lead for the 63 car. Maybe he's hoping for a caution. I'm not sure here. Go back and find second place. That'll be the 46 car of Ray Polking. So we're 94 of 134 laps completed at Homestead Speedway tonight in the American SimRacing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. You see Jeff Yinish in the 89 car sitting back in the third spot. And that's one ahead of this driver, the 27 car. Steve Yinish, your leader when the pit stop started back then. But Tyler Seville, I think he was 2.6 seconds behind Steve Yinish in second place when they started to go to pit road. So he was able to erase that gap. And he initially come off of pit road ahead of the 89 car, so I'm not sure what went on with the 11. But something put the 11 back a little bit. And it may just be the 11's normal style on tires here. And it looks like the 63 car going to take it in for his pit stop. That's going to relinquish the lead to this driver, the 89 of Jeff Yenish. So Yenish taking the lead over, lap 95-ish, 96. One of these cars win, they're instantly locked in. And Jeff Yenish is one of those cars that could instantly lock with a win here. This driver right here is in pretty good position, though. Even if he's not able to get the win, it looked like he's going to come out of here with some bonus points, which would go a great way or a great distance into helping him secure a spot. But we'll find out during the post-race interviews. We're going to get a live updated standings, so we'll know where the drivers are at and what four are locked in. And we'll know that before we leave the broadcast here tonight. You've seen Bunnell, Jesse Bunnell, I believe it was, on the 96 right there exiting pit road. Third place, Tyler Seville in the 11 car. 36 laps to go here. These top three are only separated, maybe a second, a little over 1.1 seconds at most. So pretty close together right here. 11 car getting loose in the center of the corner. Good job saving it. We're going to take a look at the lead lap cars right here. And that's going to put us at 7. So we're going to have 7 cars on the lead lap. On lap 99 right here. If you're just joining us, once again, we've had a couple of cautions. The first one was a caution on lap 15. And the second one was our stage break on lap 40. Since then, we've been clean and green, caution-free with the American SimRacing League in the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series. And that's 60 laps straight caution-free racing now. So there's Adam Matz. I'm taking a look at where some of these 6 that need to win or score high in points here. One of the guys that would like to get up there and get a win and lock himself in is this driver right here, the 9 car of Adam Matz. Another one's the 19 car right here, Dwayne Hunt. Dwayne running back in the 6th position right now. And you never know. Late caution here might be able to change some things up. And we've seen stranger things happen. So I wouldn't completely write a late caution off. Back up front, though, your leader, Jeff Yenish in the 89 car. And I think for the next 32 laps, that guy would like to just keep that 89 car right where he's got it. But he's going to have company pretty soon. Steve Yenish is closing in. And not far behind Steve Yenish is this 11 car right here of Tyler Seville. So this is shaping up to be a really good finish. Make sure you hold on to your seats tight. I think we're going to see one of these winners lock themselves into the championship for next week. And another one's going to point in. Seville working the bottom of the track in the 11. We're watching him, paying attention to the 11 car right now. We noticed towards the late in that last run, that 11 was really fast, moving his way through the field. And they've got about 14 to 16 laps on their tires, depending on which car you're looking at right here, with the exception of the 96. That 96 car's 10 laps down, and he's got about 6 laps on his tires right now. Oh, there's all 3 of your leaders, 1, 2, and 3. 89, 27, 11. Your top 3. Get your blanket out. You can put them over them. 30 laps to go. This is all going to come down to 30 laps here at Homestead Speedway tonight. And the battle for the lead is just about ready to be engaged. 89 has it. 27 wants it. And perhaps, who knows, maybe the 11 wants to get in there and get a piece of that lead too. I'll tell you one thing, though. That 89 car is probably not going to make it easy. You got a championship on the line, a race on the line. You got to go for the win. That's it. I mean, you just got to go for the win. You see the 96 back there. He's kind of toying with him. Here's the race for the lead. 27's going to pull to the inside. And he's going to go right around the 89. That's going to put Steve Yenish in the 27 car back out front with 29 laps to go. 89 car Jeff Yenish going to fall back to second. Bunnell's just working his way through there. 11th car of Tyler Seville. He's going to fall back to third, but this thing's not over. We got 28 laps to go. We heard Hunter tell us in the chat that all the drivers that run hard early in the run kind of pay for it late in the run on their tires, and vice versa. The drivers that take it easy early in the run, well, they're going to have better tires late in the run, which makes perfect sense here. Looked like I've seen a little bit of a wiggle out of that 89 car. I'll tell you what they can't do, though. They can't let that 27 take off and get a big lead on them. And you know that's what the driver of the 27 wants to do. He just wants to take off and go. Oh, 11 car's really loose. Got loose in the center, more the center, and then really loose on the exit of the corner. So I can tell you that that driver of the 11 car is doing everything he possibly can to try to steal a win here tonight. For the driver of the 11 car, if he can get up there and grab that win, that will lock him in next week for Phoenix. All 3 of these top guys trying to do that. Punch their ticket. Actually, top 4. So we go back there and find a 9 car of Adam Matz in the 4th spot. Yeah, he's got the clean air up there, Hunter. You're exactly right. And he's got a couple lap better tires than the 89 and the 11 do. So that's certainly going to make it interesting. This driver right here, though, in the 4th spot, he's got a little bit of time to make up, but he's got a lap fresher tires than the drivers ahead of him. Then you go back to 5th spot right here and find Johnny Avila in the 63 car, and he's got 6 lap fresher tires. But Avila, they got a lot of ground to make up in 24 laps, and Steve Yenish is starting to stretch it out now with the 27 car. He's up about half a second. Jeff Yenish back here in P2. Tyler Seville in the 3rd spot. So tire management with 23 laps, definitely still on their mind since they got about 22 already on the tires. We know the 11 did a great job of it the last run. I'm pretty sure he's doing the same thing right here. But that 27 car, Steve Yenish, has certainly looked strong as these runs progress here. He was able to drive around the 89 car to get himself back up here to the front of the field. And he did it at the right time, in my opinion. 30 laps to go. Get up there with about 30 to go, get it back. And now he's trying to set sail almost 1 second ahead of second place right now. Bet you $5 that everybody behind him's hollering, caution, caution, debris on the track. You see the 89 car, Jeff Yenish back in the second spot. And he's going to be in a battle right here with the 11 of Tyler Seville pretty shortly. We've seen the 11 get around the 89 late in the last run. And he's starting to close the gap as this one stretches on right here. So Tyler Seville really starting to work on closing the distance here with the 89. And Adam Matz, like I said, he's just back there. He's got a little bit of time to make up. He's about 5 seconds behind the 11 car. And sadly, I just don't know if it stays green, if 20 laps is enough time to make up 5 seconds. Then, you go a little farther, a couple seconds back from that, you're going to find the 63 of Johnny Avila. And Avila's locked in, so I don't think he, kind of like Hunter is there, Avila's locked in, so I don't think he's going to push it too hard or worry about it too much. You go back one more, here's a driver would want to see a caution late. That's Dwayne Hunt, the 19 car. He's a driver that could use a win right here at Homestead tonight to lock himself in. Go to 7th place. Last car in the lead lap is going to be the 46 car of Ray Polking. He's the last one on the lead lap, but we do have other cars still in the race. One of them's the 20 car right here at Todd Chase. You see Todd Chase taking the access road there. Go back another spot. You're going to find this driver. That's going to be the 43 car of Richard Fletcher. So Fletcher's got a little bit of damage on the car. We go back. There's the 72 on pit road, the 7 on pit road, and we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 cars retire from the event here early tonight. Whether it be contact with a wall, another car, or just playing a bad race here at Homestead for whatever reason. Maybe engines expired, who knows. But those guys have retired for the evening. This driver right here, I'll tell you what, the lead is 89's cut into it a little bit, so he's grabbed a couple tenths away. With 17 to go, that 89 car, Jeff Yenish, is trying to close in on the 27. Meanwhile, we go back to third, and it's a little bit different. Tyler Seville and the 11s drop back a little to the 5th spot. Both the 9 and 63 have gotten around them. Nine car is going to be Adam Matz. '63, Johnny Avila. 11 car behind him is Tyler Seville. And I'm not sure what went on with the 11 car, but he definitely fell back. He was up there right close to the 89 car. He might have had a moment in one of the corners. '89 car able to pick off a little bit of time, but now it's kind of stabilized a little bit with the leader. Still 7 to 8 tenths of a second. Steve Yenish got 14 laps to go, so he don't quite have it on cruise control, but he's not far from it. Doing what he needs to right here at Homestead tonight. Avila does have a little fresher tires. He's moved up into the third spot. I just don't think he's got enough time unless those guys up in front of him make a mistake. And then we go back a little farther here. That's the 9-car Adam Matz and the 11-car of Tyler Seville. Tyler Seville rounded out your top 5 right now in the 11-car. And we done found out from Hunter that this thing gets to be a couple hands full. You see the 46 car in the picture with these guys. That's going to be Ray Polke. Ray currently being scored 1 lap down, so he's the first car lap down if there were a caution. And he wasn't involved in it. Perhaps Ray could get the lucky dog. Almost a second. That's right. That's the advantage for this driver, the 27 of Steve Yenish. What's 1 second on the track look like? I don't know. Let's try to find out. Looks like that. As you see the 89 on your far right for a brief second. Down the straightaway right there. That's what a second looks like. And from the back of the leader, there's second place. 1 second behind, 1.2 seconds behind them. You see the cars spread out pretty much around the track here now. That's what the long runs seem to do. Get the cars spread out a little bit farther. 10 laps to go. You're taking a look at the 89 car, Jeff Yenish. And your third place car's been knocking some time off the leaders, but there's just not enough time left in the race. And that's going to be the 63 car right here, Johnny Avila. So Avila's definitely a little bit quicker right now with the fresher tires. No, he took 4/10 off the last lap on that second place car. But he has to make up 6 seconds to catch him. If he gets a half a second a lap, well, I mean, you math it out and it's going to be close. But I don't know if he can consistently stay to that. As I watched the 89 car kick down a little bit faster lap the last time than he did the time before, so it's about 0.3 of a second between the two. So Avila's definitely cutting into Jeff Yenish's time. And he's cutting into the race leaders just a little bit, but sadly, I think the 63 car would need a caution to get up there as well. Two drivers that probably love to see that, though, are this 9 car right here of Adam Matz and the 11 car of Tyler Seville. Your top 5. Your top 6, actually, because this driver right here, the 19 of Dwayne Hunt, well, he'd probably certainly like to see one as well. But the guy that don't want to see it, you guessed it, he's right here. He's got a 1.8 second lead with less than 7 laps to go at Homestead Speedway here in Miami. With the American SimRacing League's Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series tonight. I thought my sound was cutting out earlier, Hunter, when I heard the cars just bip, bip, bip in the corner. And then it took me a second to realize that that's what they're doing on the throttle to keep the tire, to keep the car from spinning out. That's just how fast they're pedaling the throttle. There went the leader in second place right there. So you can see the distance between them. That's 1.6 seconds. So 4 laps to go here at Homestead. 1.6 seconds. Back to the 89 car, Jeff Yenish. And I think Johnny Avila, we seen him sideways off the turn there, and Matt's in the 9 car is going to close on him some. This is a battle for third. Adam Matz in the 9 car trying to go around the 63. 63, though, working the high side. And I'll tell you, Tyler Seville has hung on to these guys. So he's not out of that battle for third yet. Man, look at that 63. He's just driving the wheels off that thing up there on the wall. You can see how loose the car is. He's staying right in the gas pedal. And using every inch of the racetrack up there. Every inch of it. He's wheeling that race car. But Adam Matz, I think, is going to clear him as the 63 is going to get hooked up into the wall here a little bit. Matz is going to take over the third position, and we're going to get a white flag for this driver right here. Driver of the 27 car. Steve Yenish coming out of turn 2, going down the back straightaway for the final time. Yenish is going to bring it into turn 3. And just as smoothly as he done that, he's going to bring it out of turn 4 for the final time. Steve Yenish, driver of the 27 car, is going to win here at Homestead. Lock himself into the final 4. And he'll be racing for a championship next week at Phoenix. So the 27 car, well, there's no question mark on if he's going to make the final 4 because he's going to lock it up tonight. And we're going to get back up to the race leader because he's probably going to, I don't know, if I was him, I'd probably just burn the tires off the thing at this point. Yenish driving a great race here, leading 79 of the 134 laps here at Homestead. In the Kitty Cat Coin Elite Series, then no question mark, no more. This driver is going to lock himself into the final 4 at Phoenix. And he's going to race for a championship. And I'll tell you what, if there's tires left after this burnout, I'm going to be super surprised. I'd almost have to video it so you could see my surprised face if there's any tires left here. That's the one thing. The one thing you can do when you're racing to lock yourself into a championship is go out and win. And that's exactly what the 27 did. He went out and he won it. All right, so I just got the message on that too. I know who the 4 are next week. But we're going to watch the 27 car celebrate it because he is formally locked in to the final 4, and he is your winner at Homestead Speedway. Doing the backwards victory lap part way. I think his tires might outlast the motor. Hear the car idling, and we got people moving in. Well, they're moving around a little bit, so I have to go down there and find our race winner here. Steve Yenish, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you loud and clear, buddy. I'll tell you what, you took all the question marks away tonight. We were wondering who those four were going to be that locked in, and you did it the right way, Steve. You went out there and took the win.
Yeah, it was definitely a good night. Put in a little extra practice for this one, though, and it's pretty much, I don't want to say it's must win, but it's pretty close to it for me. So had the strategy, maximize stage points. So, came in on the lap 14 caution or so, which is my plan if the caution came out then, because I knew, or at least I felt like I couldn't bank on going for the win or bust. So, and that worked out, getting all the stage points with winning the stage there. And then I was also banking on the long run at the end, just kind of history with this league and with the car count kind of going down as the season goes on. That happens. I figured it was going to be a long run at the end, and if the caution came out, I was screwed because I had no more sets left. But kind of had to go all in on that strategy and put the time in to make the car was fast and everything. So it worked out in the end.
Yeah, we noticed you maximizing those points out with that stage win, and how important that was for you here tonight. But that 27 car that you were driving looked so good on the long run that the confidence level had to be high there.
Yeah, it's always been my bread and butter is the long run. So, if that's what works, you got to go in all in that strategy. So, and I knew if I had saved that set and it came down to a sprint at the end, I wasn't real confident I'd win. So, you got to go with what your strengths are, right? So, usually that is the long run for me, and especially mile and a halves are definitely prone to getting the long runs and some of my best tracks too. So it kind of all worked out with this being the cutoff race here and being the position I was in. It's fortunate to get it done.
Well, there you go, and it definitely has to feel good. But one of the questions I have for you is, what did that car feel like? I mean, I know what we've seen and what I've seen and what the viewers seen looking at the end car, but tell us from your perspective what that car handled like after about 20 laps.
I mean, it was definitely on ice. We had kind of a similar race, I felt like, at Dover, where you kind of could go about 20, 30 laps or so, and then the car got, and if you were aggressive with it, it got almost undrivable. And that was another one where I played a similar strategy, concede a few spots early in the run, basically wait until you were almost on the straightaway and had the car pointed straight before you roll back in the throttle, just trying to save the right rear. And that helped a ton. It kept it helped keep the car under me a little bit better. But even still doing everything I could to save the right rear, it still was, if you came in the corner too hard, it'd step out on you in the middle of the turn, and definitely if you're too aggressive with the throttle, it'd want to come around on you. So I mean, you had to be alert the whole time. It was not an easy one.
Yeah, and the one thing I noticed with your car earlier in the race, and it was at the beginning of a run, and I think it was right after the stage break. I watched some cars get around you, and it looked like you were really tiptoeing it through the center of the corner easier than those guys were. Was that kind of a key to saving that right rear tire a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. You could, maybe like at the 2/3 or so point of the corner, you could kind of just feather a little bit of throttle and keep a little bit more speed up there. But I knew if I did that, that's just going to heat up the right rear, and it's going to hurt me in the long run. So, I mean, I definitely was kind of like at times I thought I would run like a rolling roadblock there at that point of the turn. But then I could, I had more grip under me when I needed it, so I could kind of power off the turn pretty well to the point where it wasn't easy for people to pass me. So,
right.
That was definitely, I think, a key strategy, and it's one I picked up on at Dover too, and it worked out here. And it's just what you got to do with the kind of tire they got on this car and the way it handles and everything. You got to be real patient, and it's kind of a gamble, because you don't know how the race is going to go. If you get those cautions, that's not the right strategy. You're going to get blown by.
Exactly.
But just kind of knowing how this league operates, it's you got to know the competition too, and kind of keep that in mind with your strategy, and that's what I was doing.
Well, you definitely got stiff competition here. I mean, there's no denying that. So definitely stiff competition, and congratulations though on the win, and definitely locking yourself in for Phoenix next week. And how's Phoenix for you as a track?
It's hard to say. It's definitely not my greatest, but this car is such a variable that who knows, it could be a strength now. I haven't gone there yet. I regret not doing some races there this week with A-Fix being there, but I just didn't have the chance and wanted to make sure I was putting the time for this race, or it'd all be for nothing. So I'll put some laps in and be ready for it. But like I said, it's definitely not my best track, but I'll show up ready to go.
There you go. Great attitude to have. Do you have anyone you want to thank, Steve, while we got you up in the booth, buddy?
Everybody for putting the league on, for you for stepping in. Looking forward to seeing this broadcast. Want to give a shout out to Jeff for, disappointed he couldn't make it also. We were really hoping to get both the cars in for Yensport, but it didn't work out. But he had a great season, definitely his most competitive he's had, in ASL, and felt like he was deserving of a spot. It just didn't work out. But like you said, it's really stiff competition here. So, and also thanks to our sponsors, Infinite Hero, and everybody else who makes this possible.
Yeah, I've had the honor of seeing a lot of these guys race and broadcast for some of them before, and I know what caliper drivers that you have over here. So I'm sure winning at any track and even Homestead's a tough feat for you, and that's any driver here. To be able to win is just tough. So congratulations, you earned it tonight, and we look forward to watching that 27 battle next week for the championship, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, it'll be fun.
All right, Steve, thanks, buddy.
All right, have a good one.
So race winner right there, Steve Yenish, driver of the 27 car, and we're going to go back and find our second place finisher. Jeff Yenish, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you, man.
All right, P2 tonight, and a little bit short for the 89 car. So tell us what that strategy was you were working on, and what you were kind of hoping to accomplish there.
Yeah, I just basically I was on the same strategy as the 11. We were kind of similar on speed, and he was probably a little better at saving his tires until the last run there. I know he got loose and I think lost a whole bunch of time, but yeah, I didn't really have anything for Steve. I knew on long runs, so just tried to short bid him, get ahead of him, and hope for the best. And unfortunately, it didn't work out.
Yeah, just a little bit short tonight, but definitely a good, strong run. And I watched the strategy. That you and the 11 looked like you were on about the same pit strategy there on that last stop. And that was another thing is some of the cars I watched come down early. Earlier in that run before you guys made that last stop. And what was your fuel was 65 laps, right?
Yeah, about that. Yep.
So taking a gamble to go later like we seen maybe the 63 do probably wasn't going to be the best of ideas either.
No, I don't know what he was doing. I know he was already locked into the championship, so he probably was just screwing around. But
yeah, just working around a little. Well, I kind of figured that too. But maybe he was seeing what he could do with a little fresher tires. But how big of a difference was 2 laps actually?
I don't really know. I took less fuel the last stop, and that helped tighten me up. The tires, the biggest difference was just after you get to about 15 or 20 laps on them, they just got super loose. You really had to be careful on throttle.
Yeah,
getting off the corners. The lower fuel kind of helped that a little bit, but it wasn't enough, to make up the difference.
It looked like later though you started to make up some ground on the 27.
Yeah, I get him 1 lap, he get me 1 lap. I think the problem was just being consistent with how loose it was. I nail it one corner and try to pick up some speed, and then I pushed it a little too hard and got loose. And you were definitely on a razor's edge, just trying to survive out there.
Yeah, I think I seen that with the 11 car, and he ended up losing a few spots there on that last run towards the end, and definitely the car looked like it was a handful.
That's an understatement. Yeah.
The one thing I could get out of doing the in-car tonight was exactly that. It looked like the car just wanted to step out at any given time on the corner exit, especially when you guys were late in those runs. You're, anywhere from 30 to 40. It was crazy to watch. It really
I'm sure
was.
fans are all over the place. This is one of those races you wish everyone had white gloves on, probably, watching the broadcast.
Yeah, you put on a good show for the broadcast. I'm not going to lie. It definitely looked good on the broadcast to be able to see that and the skill it took just to get this car around the track here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was the idea behind having this race in the playoffs. Well, obviously, Homestead's always a traditional playoff race, but this definitely put it in the driver's hand, made you earn it, get to the next round. So kudos to Steve for pulling that one out. And I think we're going to have a really deserving championship four with the 4 drivers we got.
Well, have you gotten to play around with it at Phoenix any to know what it's going to feel like there?
Just a handful of laps, and there was a bunch of short runs. So I've heard it gets loose on long runs, but it remains to be seen.
Oh, we'll have to
Definitely the dog leg is going to be kind of treacherous on old tires.
We'll have to keep an eye on that, Jeff. That'd probably be pretty exciting too.
I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
But you have anyone you want to thank, Jeff, while we got you in the booth here?
Yeah, just thanks first and foremost to the league sponsors. We got Kitty Cat Coin, Buck Kicker, Wallace Chevrolet Buick. So we really appreciate their support. Also, thanks to you guys for coming on late in the season, picking up our broadcasts. We really appreciate it. And thanks to our league members.
I'm going to have to put the Buck Kicker logo back up.
Yeah.
We'll have to give them a little bit of love now that I know that they support the league here. So we'll make sure next week that we get them mentioned and up on the screen a couple of times, Jeff.
Works for me. Thanks.
All right, buddy. Thanks for having me over here, and just a little bit short of being one of the 4 locked in. But, man, I'll tell you what, nothing to hold your head down about. You had a great run tonight and a great season.
Appreciate that. Thanks. We'll see you next week.
Yep, see you next week.
All right, take care.
All right, so that was your second place finisher. And I got one more to find. I'll see if he's I don't see him in the infield care center. There he is right there. So let's get your third place driver, and not just that, your 4th driver to lock himself in to the Final 4. Adam Matz, Vern Bradley up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? Adam, got you up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy? Adam Matz. We're trying to dial in the third place podium finisher here. I think he might have stepped away from his car for a minute. We'll try him one more time. Adam Matz, Vern Bradley in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? Well, I don't think he can hear us. I jumped back down, so. Adam, you got a copy, Adam?
Yeah, I got you.
We got him. So we got our top 3 finisher, third place here tonight. Adam Matz in the booth. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm a little bit relieved.
A little bit, and I know what you're relieved about. So why don't you go ahead and tell the people watching the broadcast the good news?
Yeah, so I basically need to finish right behind Jeff because he was too many points behind me, and I believe I should have got him by a few points, maybe 3 or 4. I'm not sure. So yeah, that was a nail biter.
And he won the race, and you were able to point in, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Steve, yeah, I definitely was watching those. I figured.
Oh, we lost you again there. Adam, are you there? We'll see if Adam comes back around here. I don't know if it's a Discord thing here.
You know.
There we go. Are you there, Adam?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. That's
You've
strange.
been talking the whole time, and we ain't been able to hear you. So go ahead wherever you're at. Just go ahead and finish it. Adam?
I said so.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Are you on push to talk, or what are you using? Voice activation?
It's just voice activation.
All right, make sure you're up close enough to your mic. Maybe that's what it is that's not activating it. But the top 3 tonight, that's going to lock you into the chase for the Final Four at Phoenix next week. So how do you feel about Phoenix?
Phoenix has been a difficult track, and I've been running some laps there trying to feel it out. It's different than it was in the past. I'm a little bit concerned. I've got some work to do. I've got some real homework to do. Try to figure this track out. This has not been a particularly good track for me.
Well, it looked like your car tonight, going back here to Homestead, it looked like you were able to make up a little ground late in a run there.
Yeah, it was tough. I was definitely feathering the throttle, and I was doing part throttle all the way till almost the straightaway. It felt like till I could get full throttle, and some of those guys were getting really loose, and that helped me out on the long run. But I mean, I didn't have nothing for Steve and Jeff up there. I think they were like 9 seconds ahead of me. So if they continue to run like that at Phoenix, I'm in trouble. So I got to figure something out.
So let me later in the race, were you kind of like, I thought drivers might have been that weren't leading at the time, where you're like, come on, caution, come on.
Yeah, yeah, that wouldn't have hurt. When I got up to third there, after passing Johnny got by me right as I passed Tyler, and that made me a little bit nervous. I really wanted to be in third just to be extra safe. And then once I got back by Johnny, I was a little bit nervous about running side by side with Johnny because I know we were both loose. I was loose. I got loose one time in front of him. I didn't mean to do that. Kind of checked him up a little bit, but I was a little bit nervous passing him too because either one of us could have got loose and wiped each other out. So
right.
A caution would have probably gave me a chance though, because short run I could have probably definitely gave him something to. I could have given him a run for their money, I think, if we had a late caution, but it would have been risky.
That was definitely a good battle, too, late. You and the 63. That really good battle right there, and you're right. It's really important not to make contact right there and cost yourself a chance or a couple of spots, because that could have been really, really damaging.
Yep. Yeah.
But you did it. You were able to pick up the third spot, stay out of trouble, and keep the race car clean there, Adam. And that's what it took tonight. I mean, that's what it took to get you not just third, but locked into Phoenix next week as one of the 4 racing for a championship.
Yeah, it's great to get back in the Final Four. I didn't make it last season, but my teammate made it. We flipped it this time. I made it. My teammate didn't make it. But, yeah, this is, I think, it's either the 3rd or 4th time I've made the Final Four. And this just hasn't really worked out for me. I think my best is 3rd. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go into this with my head down and humble, and it's put the work in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I absolutely do. And great attitude to have. Go out and get that practice in. We want to see the 9 car up there battling for that championship next week, buddy.
Yep, thanks.
You have anyone you want to thank while we got you in the booth, Adam?
Yeah, I'll thank my teammates, Dwayne, Ray, Jerry. They helped me out with the practice and everything. And then thanks to our admins, Jeff and Pat and Hunter. And then also thanks to yourselves. First time I gotten to talk to you, so thanks for your work on the broadcast and everything you're doing.
Oh, I appreciate the heck out of it, Adam. And once again, man, good. Congrats on the top 3 here tonight. Congrats on making the Final Four in the chase, and go get them next week at Phoenix, buddy.
Great, thank you.
So that right there was your 3rd place finisher, Adam Matz. And I am going to do something here before we close out the stream. I just wanted to look and make sure it was updated on the website, so I think I can drag that temporarily over. There we go. I'll just drag it right over here with the overlays on top of it so you can see it. But what we're looking at right here is the drivers that missed the cutoff here tonight, as well as your top 4. So just to go over your top 4 that will be racing for the championship at Phoenix next week. And, of course, that is blown up too big, and I can't see nothing. There we go. So Johnny Avila in the 63 car. He's going to be one of your 4. Hunter Waters in the number 7 will be another one of the 4 drivers. Steve Yenish, race winner tonight, locked himself in. He'll race for a championship next week. In third place finisher tonight, the 9 car of Adam Matz is going to be your 4th car in the 4 drivers racing for a title. So those 4 drivers will race for a championship next week at Phoenix. The guys that missed it by a little bit or a little bit more tonight, Jeff Yenish, we seen him finish 2nd here in 89 car tonight, but fell about 4 points short of making that top 4. So great run for Jeff. Tyler Seville in the 11. Man, he looks so strong later in the race here, and it didn't quite work out for the driver of the 11. Justin Gann in the 30, another one that was strong, went out a little bit early, so Gann had a little bit of trouble. And then, of course, the 19 of Dwayne Hunt. So those drivers were the ones going for the top 4 spots, and we got your top 4 locked in. And that's going to do it for the broadcast here tonight. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. That way you can see the championship race next week in Phoenix. And it will be the final race of the season. So tell your friends, tell your family, get excited about it. Let's go to Phoenix next week and have a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in to the broadcast, and we'll see you at Phoenix next week. Have a great